This is a serious warning. This video will contain Wave 4 spoilers that were data mined in the actual game, that are basically confirmation of what comes up. This is information you don't want to know, and I only make this video for people who actually want to know, like spoilers at all, or get spoiled like me, who want to discuss this with someone or want to hear someone talk about this. So I will warn you once again, don't watch this video if you have no idea what these spoilers are about. Live your life and hide somewhere to not get spoiled, because we don't even know when the DLC is coming out, so do your best. But yes, basically to summarize, the Wave 3 DLC for Xenoblade 3 just dropped. When I say just, it's been already like 3 days. But people have gone through the code to see what they can find, because they always do that. And Masha was in the Wave 2 DLC as well, so Monolith Soft leaves some things in the actual updates, and I don't know why. Like, don't they know that people actually data mine stuff? Like, do they not realize that people actually dig through the game? And even if they realize or don't realize, whatever, like, why even put this in the actual game? Like, in the Wave 3 DLC, like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, they prepared some names for cutscenes and rest spots for the next wave of DLC. Like, they didn't have to be in right away. I don't know why they do this, but yep, it's right here, and I actually want to talk about it. So another last warning, please leave if you haven't seen any data mined leaks or whatever. This will touch on the Wave 4 DLC, and it is very crazy stuff actually. So I actually want to start with the location names, or rather the camp names that were data mined in the new data mine. And I think these are less crazy than the other cutscene names that leaked, or rather were data mined. But I think they are still telling a big story right here. So let's get through to them. So the first one is Springside Cave, which doesn't really tell me anything. Then we have Battlefield Camp, which tells me this on a battlefield, which doesn't tell us much either. Then we have Elevator Landing Camp. So this can mean a lot of things, right? But honestly, I can only think of one elevator this can actually mean. Like, there are elevators in Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2's world, like in Mor Ardain or in Colony 6, outside of Colony 6. But the elevator landing camp, in my opinion, could refer to the elevator from the actual World 3. Now, maybe I'm reaching too far, okay? This is just a little bit of theories, but it could mean that. And then we have the Clifftop Camp, which could also refer to the Cliffs of Moritha. So this is just a neat little idea I have that could be wrong either way. Then we have Pioneer Camp, doesn't tell us much. Panorama Camp, which doesn't tell us much either. But then, this is the important one, Colony 9 Camp. So Colony 9 is confirmed for DLC Wave 4, the new DLC wave, that, as I said in my last analysis video, will definitely take place in the past Ionios. And actually, I didn't even touch on that in my analysis. You can actually see Colony 9 in the shot where you can see the new area. If you look close enough, it's on the bottom left side of the screen, right there. Looks like Colony 9, and now it's confirmed to be Colony 9. And then we have Black Mountain View. Now, I have no idea what this means. Honestly, this could have something to do with Valak Mountain, but I mean, doesn't say much at all. And then we have Lakeside Camp, doesn't say much at all. Raguel Bridge South Camp. This is most definitely the shot we see in the teaser, because this is literally Raguel Bridge from Xenoblade 1. This is the exact same location, we knew this was coming. This is the camp that is on the Raguel Bridge. Then we have the Old City Street Camp. Now, Old City could mean a lot. In my opinion, this could actually be Moritha. You know what I mean? Like, makes a lot of sense, right? But also we saw Moritha fused with Magna in the base game. So maybe it's referring to another old city, which I can't really tell. Maybe because the rest of this data mine actually seemed to refer to a lot of Xenoblade 1 locations, that maybe Old City is just like Colony 6. Or even maybe Alcamoth, I don't know, it just looks very Xenoblade 1 focused. And then we have Valak Peak Camp, so actually my idea from before with the Black Mountain being Valak Mountain. Black Mountain is completely something different. I have no idea what it is, but Valak Peak confirmed. Valak Mountain is in this game. I hope it looks amazing. And then we have Prison Island Camp. Wow, this looks crazy already. Like, this looks amazing. I'm so ready to play through this. And you know what amazes me even more? Like, what I'm most hyped about? It's the actual music remixes that we will get for these locations. Because honestly, the best music in this game, honest to God, are the remixes from Xenoblade 1's Hidden Machina Village and the Sword Valley Sword March remix. These are amazing. So I'm so super excited to see these locations in action. Yeah, so that's the location names. Now let's move on to the even crazier stuff. So I don't even know where to begin with this, to be completely honest with you guys. So as I said, these are cutscene names that were data mined from the new DLC Wave 3 that are actually supposed to be in the DLC Wave 4, and you will see what I mean if we continue down the list. I just want to start from the beginning and go down to see what this all could mean. Just a little bit of speculating, a little bit of talking about it. So the first one is Prologue, which doesn't tell us much at all. It's just a prologue, hooray. And then we have the Ouroboros power. Now, if you watched my latest video about the first Ouroboros, the true first Ouroboros, what this all means, I explained there what the Ouroboros powers were before the second city was constructed. Because we actually hear Monica say that the people who actually built the second city we know today were the first Ouroboros, but actually, like, we knew Noah and Mio were Ouroboros before they became M and N. So something didn't make sense. I actually explained that in my latest analysis, so please go watch that if you haven't already. And then you will understand what the Ouroboros power actually means. I think this is the introduction about the Stan, like JoJo Stan Ouroboros that we see in the latest trailer with Noah's kid. I wanted to say Vandam, but let's see what the next actual title for the cutscene is, and you will see we have a brand new name. Matthew's Past. So, Matthew, right? We know no one from the base game is named Matthew. I don't think we do. Like, I'm going through every NPC's name right now through my head, but I don't think we have any Matthews. So I think this could be the new Vandam guy. This could also be like actually Noah and Mio's kid's name. So maybe Vandam's granddad or dad. We don't know like exactly who Matthew here is supposed to be, but he is definitely one of the new main characters. So I think this could be the Vandam guy who we see in the trailer. This could be his dad, his granddad, whatever. Matthew's past can tell us a lot, and especially about M and N specifically, probably. Then we have relics. Now I have no idea what this means. I could speculate about like old stuff from the old worlds, from Xenoblade 1, Xenoblade 2, some relics, I have no idea. And then we have colonies collide. Like, this could be another war and two colonies are fighting. The colonies were around back then, and this is just another war, like Z intended and the other Mobius. We have the next cutscene that says 2 remain. Basically, the war ended and 2 remained, probably. Don't ask me. Like, I'm speculating a lot here, you see that, but you know what I mean, like, I'm trying to puzzle this together. And then we have the Consul Duo. This could be M and N. This could also be O and P or someone else, like, I don't know. But like, the Consul Duo could be M and N. And if you think about the timeline that I also mentioned in my old video, by the way, this would line up completely. So this could be M and N, probably M and M, this is my guess, but we will see when the DLC comes out. And then we have another cutscene named Struggle, doesn't tell us much. Then we have Training, we have a typical training arc, I love training arcs. Then we have Whatever Happens, probably like some speech or something happens, we don't know yet. Then we have Aurora Shelf. Honestly, another thing, I have no idea about what this could mean. This could be somewhere on Valak Mountain, but I know Valak Mountain was way later in the DLC, so probably not, I don't know. Then we have All Up to You, another meaningless cutscene for us now. Then we have Predictions, New Soldiers, and then we have Clockless. So I think Clockless is the important part right here, because we know 2 of the founders from the second city were actually not bound to the clock anymore. And it was House Oritz and House Rhodes, I want to say. These 2 were not bound to the flame clock because they were like 80 years old at the end and people didn't know how they made it. So this is probably talking about them, like they broke the clock, whatever. We know the new Vandom guy has probably another Lucky 7. Or maybe the Lucky 7 we have right now. We have no idea, because the actual old Lucky 7 is with N. So something like that happened. Then we have Traces of Battle, Friends, Taking Flight, which I don't know what taking flight actually means. Someone's flying around, probably. And then we have Mobius W. This is crazy. So this could be the Mobius W we know from the base game. For anyone who forgot who Mobius W is, which I don't blame you at all, it is this weird looking mask girl, and she sounds very young. So this Mobius W could actually be like another Mobius W that died, and then the other Mobius became Mobius W that we know from the base game. But basically Mobius W in the base game had the ability to like shadow control people, and was basically a side character. We hear like 2 lines from her, then she dies in Ashera's quest. But yeah, this is Mobius W. Then we have Fusion. This is very important for me. I don't know if it appears later on as well, but the fusion part could actually mean 2 Mobius fusing, but could also mean the 2 Ouroboros fusing. And as I said in my old video, I say old, like a week ago, Ouroboros fusing was not invented before this era. So they were the first ones to do it and actually discover the true power of Ouroboros. So this could refer to the Ouroboros power from the main party. That's my conclusion. Then we have What Choice, doesn't say much, Reunion, Bound by Fate, or we know Fate well enough, and Alvis is a big part of this, so I don't know what this means exactly, but we know Fate as a big staple in this series, so let's see what this all means. And then we have Pioneers, and then we have finally Colony 9 right here. So Colony 9 is a little bit later in the game, and definitely excited to revisit Colony 9. I love Colony 9's music. By the way, Colony 9 music, the original from the Wii title, is my favorite soundtrack in all of Xenoblade. I just pure nostalgia. I love it so much. The Way of Life, The Way to Live, not The Way of Life, would also be funny, but The Way to Live, Friendship, the Ragmos Desolation. I have no idea what this means. Probably like some kind of enemy for the party. Anguish. And then we have Sister. And this could, in my opinion, refer to the new Vandom guy, who could be Matthew, as we discussed, that has definitely a sister. And we know that from the statues from the city. She is from House Doyle. He is from House Vandom. And they didn't know they were sister and brother until like this time period. So that's probably the reunion. And as I can see right now, like a few titles before this, there was a cutscene named Reunion. So this could be it. So she's probably the sister from our main protagonist. So that's what that could mean. But that could also mean something completely different, because the next cutscene is actually called Reed. And this refers to House Reed, which we know is Shulk's house. So Shulk was confirmed from House Reed. And this could either be like the actual founder, Reed, or this could have something to do with Shulk, who knows. The next one has me super excited. It's named Core Crystal. Here we are again with core crystals. So up until now, everything looked like Xenoblade 1 related. Now we have something Xenoblade 2 related, just named Core Crystal. This could mean a lot of things. This could be Mio, this could be Nia, I don't know. Like, this could be any other Agnian, because they all have core crystals somehow. So maybe this will be explained there or something else. Definitely very excited to see this. Then we have Consul from the Past. This has me very confused, like Consul from the Past. I think this could be Alvis, like I don't want to reach too much, but Consul from the Past, this doesn't tell me much. This could refer to Alvis, or this could refer to Klaus maybe, like maybe I'm reaching, but we will see something later on that is very, very exciting. The next one is Great Grandfather, so this could actually still refer to Vandom. Like the new Vandom guy, that could be Matthew, and his grandfather, that could be N, or could be like N and M's son. Or, because this is like right in between Consul from the Past and Creation of the Worlds, this could also refer to something even bigger, like the grandfather could actually be Rex or Shulk in this situation, you know what I mean? And they are explaining the creation of the worlds or whatever. Or this could be like something even greater. And now that we are here, we should talk about creation of the worlds. This cutscene is probably gonna tell the whole story about the Xenoblade universe. And I'm so excited for this. You have no idea. Creation of the worlds. This cutscene alone has me so excited for this DLC. You have no idea. Like, this cutscene will blow us away. This cutscene alone will be 10 out of 10, I'm telling you right now. I don't know if they will just repeat what we already know, or maybe even say something a bit crazier that we didn't know, but I'm so excited for all the connections. Then we have the Decider, which is probably some fight. And then the Night Before, which is probably the night before something. I know, my detective skills are on fleek today. And then we have the Black Mountains again. I have no idea what the Black Mountains are. Post-edit Sava here. Now that I think about it, this could refer to Prison Island actually. But I was never thinking about it because it's just like one mountain and not multiple mountains. So Black Mountains could refer to Prison Island. I have no idea. Then we have Future, which I have no idea could refer to Alvis. Could be like a cutscene where they talk about the future. I have no idea. And then we have the one at the beginning. So you know why I was talking about Future could be Alvis. This is most definitely Alvis, or even crazier than Alvis. This could be Klaus. Because Klaus was born before the Trinity processor was made, so this could be about Klaus. But this could also just refer to the time after Klaus, the one at the beginning of all of this. Alvis could refer to him. It's a good possibility, but we will see why this could also mean Klaus if we move on. Then we have part of the DL, which means nothing to us. Origin's memories. Now this will explain how Origin probably works. This will explain who made Origin, like why they made it, who made it. This will explain everything to us. I'm so excited for this. Then we have something strange. Gondor's Path, right? A lot of people were thinking this could mean that this plays like after Xenoblade 3. This could mean this is a sequel and the prequel at the same time. I just think like there was a character named Gondor in the past as well, which would explain why Monica named her kid also Gondor. So you know what I mean? This could be like an ancestor of Gondor. Then we have the Ark, which is probably referring to Origin itself. But crazy stuff right here, like the Ark of all the memories. Definitely will be a good cutscene. And then I think this is literally the craziest thing I saw. This is, by the way, how I got spoiled. Like, I saw this randomly floating around on Twitter, and the first thing I read was Klaus's World. I was like, okay, now I got spoiled, now I can read the rest. But yeah, Klaus's World. This is a flashback, most definitely. I don't think like Klaus returns or something like that. I think this is literally explaining what happens before the events of Xenoblade 1 and 2 even take place. This explains what the actual real world was about, how the beanstalks were built, how Klaus, the researcher, where he was working right there up on the first low orbit station Radamantis, and how he activated the experiment. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, we already know a lot of stuff about this that wasn't even in the games, because the actual Siren kit that came out in Japan only had a lot of lore about the true origin of the conduit and the organization that actually built the first low orbit station. And by the way, if you didn't know, there were like 3 low orbit stations floating around Earth, and the actual conduit was found in Africa. And this is literally the craziest thing ever, so maybe I will do a video about it. But you can read up on it right now if you want to. It's called like the Siren Kit lore, whatever. But yes, there's a lot of stuff that can be explored, and I'm so excited to find out about it. And then there's Nail's dream, and I have no idea who Nail is. I have literally no idea. Like, this could go even beyond what we already know about the origin of Klaus and the origin of the conduit. This could be something even greater, setting up something for Xenoblade 4, whatever. I'm just so excited. I'm literally shaking right now thinking about it. Nail sounds like something that could be connected to the conduit. I don't know. I don't want to spitball too much. I don't want to overhype too much. But this is literally between Klaus' World and Alpha, which we definitely know has something to do with Alvis. So Nail's dream is very important. This is the one I'm most excited for to see. And we are ending literally the list of cutscenes from the game. So these should be crazy. And yes, the next one was Alpha, which we know refers to Alvis because he said he is the Alpha and the Omega. He was here at the beginning. will pertain the end, Alpha and Omega, by the way. The first and last letter of the Greek alphabet, Alpha and Omega. This is referring to Alvis. We will definitely fight him. I'm so ready for this. And then release the power. Now this could actually be the actual Ouroboros fusing. But I mean, maybe this is already way later past this point, and release the power is something completely different. And maybe this actually means like release the power of the conduit, release the power of the Aegis. Bro, I'm spitballing, but I'm 1000% sure we will see Pyra and Mithra in this DLC somewhere, and this could be the actual cutscene for that. This would be kinda late and would be kinda lame if we don't see them around earlier, but bro, who knows? Like this sounds all so exciting. Like these are all cutscene names, by the way. We don't know about other things that could happen. Maybe this isn't even up to date. Maybe they will change some stuff. I don't know. I don't even know why they put this in the game. Like someone has to explain this to me. Like why would you put this now in the game? This makes no sense, but it has me so excited. But we hear nothing about Z. We hear nothing about X and Y. Would be very sad if it was just Mobius W, N and M, and had nothing to do with actually X and Y, because I wanted to see more of them. But I mean, they can take a backseat if Alvis is involved, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about these crazy spoilers that were found. And if you are one of the few who got spoiled, I'm so sorry, but you already see where this is going. I'm not really mad about looking at this. This just has me so much more excited, and I hope like this delivers on what this actually promises. I'm just ready. I'm just ready for it. I can't wait for it. And thanks for watching this video. Don't recommend this to anyone who actually doesn't want to see these spoilers. And that's it for this video. Oh, I almost forgot. Sub for Nia, of course. Do it for her.